The first puzzle for Crypto Puzzles 2019 is currency exchange. In the puzzle, you will have two account statements and two conversion equations, and there's an advertisement below. So to approach this puzzle, you need to first look at the conversion equations. Looking at the conversion equations, you may be tempted to solve this algebraically, meaning you may be tempted to write 13a is equals to 11b and 7a is equals to 7b. But if you try to do that, it will make no mathematical sense because these two equations contradicts each other. So we can try to approach using another method, which is to think of it in terms of currency. And when we think things in terms of currency, we usually say that the quantity is in that currency. So we can rephrase the mathematical sentence into 13 in Japanese yen is equals to 11 in British pound. 7 in Japanese yen is equals to 7 in British pound. And there's a mathematical concept that also uses the word in, which is the number bases, such as number base 5, number base 8, number base 10, number base 12. And then we humans love to use the number base 10 because we have 10 fingers. So if you are a bird with 3 fingers, you may be using the number base 3 because once you count to 3, you need to move up one place value and keep counting from there. If you are a 3-fingered animal, you may be counting from 1, 2, and then 1 0, 1 1, 1 2, and then 2 0. You will never exceed the value of 10 in one digit for a human. So for you, you won't exceed the value of 3 in one digit. And then through inspection, you'll know that because 7 in yen is equal to 7 in pounds, the number bases must be greater than 7. It could be number base 8, number base 9, number base 10. And then through using inspection in the first equation, you will know that the Japanese yen is actually base 8 and British pound is base 10. And one method to prove this is to draw the tables. And you'll see that when base 10 is 7, base 8 is 7. But when base 10 is 11 and base 8 will be 13. And you can draw all of the bases from base 2 to base 12 perhaps, and you will find out that this is the only pair of number bases that satisfy the equation. And you can do the same to the advertisement, which is talking about euros. And from the last equation, we know that the British pound is 10, number base 10. Then here, the euro will be number base 2. And you can do another table to prove that to yourself. And then now we have a correspondence between the base and the currency. We can move on to the advertisement, which is trying to convert all our money into euros. So what we can do now is to try to convert the Japanese yen into euros, which is converting it from base 8 to base 2. And with the help of the calculator or website, you can easily do it and keep the 0 plus or 000 plus, which is the prefixes, as they are. And you can do the same thing to the British pound by converting from base 10 to base 2. And then after you have these two binary codes, you can proceed to the next rule, which is still thinking, do not redo. The same goes for remorse. And when you look at the second sentence, do not redo, you will know that it's asking you to cancel out the prefix re. So for the third sentence, after you cancel out the prefix re, it is Morse. So the clue is Morse code. And then if you search in the internet, you will have an international Morse code chart similar to this, and you can change the Morse code. You can change the binary code into Morse by treating the 0 as dots and 1 as dashes. So after you have decoded both of the binary codes, you will get a sort of a date, 16 September 1963, and what country day. So if you have any general knowledge or you have internet access, you'll know that the country with the country day in 16th of September is Malaysia. So the answer to puzzle number 1, currency exchange, is Malaysia.